guys so much for checking out this video. I really do appreciate it if you like or shared this. I'm going to talk about a NASDAQ trading strategy that I've been using now for about 9 months. And it is an incredible one, guys. I promise you this will help you see the different side of the matrix. Okay, I don't want to waste any more time. Thank you so much for taking your precious time out of the day and coming to see this video of mine. So without further ado, let me jump into my computer and we can get straight into it.
Okay guys, so what you want to do is we're going to jump straight into this from the perspective of a trading plan. Okay, just wanted to show you guys that I have been doing this for a little bit and I have my reasons over here. So I joined 9 months ago and I've been trading for just over a year. So during those 9 months, I've been using TradingView to ensure that I create the best possible plan so your risk is minimized. Guys, without a trading plan, you will fail. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is go and make sure you have created your own profile to TradingView so you can make sure that you get the plans. Now, just for argument's sake, I just want to show you that I have here that I don't really trade a lot of Forex, but I definitely love the indices. As you can see other here, which is indices, and I've got a little bit to do with the US30 and some Bitcoin. But as you can see, my NASDAQ trades have been doing extremely well. I have 20 different trades and 80% accuracy. Okay, so when we go into this, you guys will see that I have a lot of trading plans. I'll just quickly scroll to the bottom and there's a whole nother page, but that's irrelevant. What I want to show you now is why do we use TradingView and how does it help. As you can see on the left here, I have a trade that was planned out for yesterday. Planned trade here for the 21st of April. Now if I click on this, it will tell me that I set up for a buy opportunity. And we'll just quickly let this load while I explain to you why it's so important to make sure that you have a trading plan, because you can predict whether or not something's going to happen. Now I was looking for a buy. Okay, as you can see at the bottom here, it says buy opportunity. So what I was expecting was the NASDAQ to come retest this area down here in the golden zone, slightly make a lower low because the NASDAQ likes to do that, but within the golden zone I will enter. So we're looking for a slight movement down into this area here, then a continuation back up onto the Fibonacci and a retracement all the way back up to here. So let's see if this was correct. Boom, there we go guys, look at that. Perfect, bang, came back up, slightly underneath. Remember, we're looking for accuracy. This gives you the best possible approach to getting this. Now there we go guys, you can see that the trading plan works. It does. You have to trust it. You've got to trust yourself and your plan. And as you can see, this was a perfect buy. Now I want to go and show you how I found this. Okay, now if we quickly just jump back out of here, exit, you want to find the charts. So we go over to the top here to the charts. Let it just load quickly and I'll explain to you exactly how I set up my NASDAQ trades. Okay, you'll see there's going to be a lot of random things online right now, but guys, we need to have a structured plan and approach to trading. If you do not, you're planning to fail, and then it becomes gambling. Okay, we are not gamblers, we are traders. We are looking for positions in the market that give us enough information to tell us what's going to happen next. Awesome. Okay, now we can see the charts. Just going to give it a little bit of time to load because sometimes it is a bit slow my side, but it's fine. We are looking for a decent entry now. So what I'm going to tell you now guys is that the NASDAQ is full of incredible companies, and that's the reason why I like trading it so much. It involves things like Apple, Google, Tesla, and multiple tech companies that are on the top 100 of the United States stock exchange. So The reason I like trading them is because it has a lot of volatility, and yes, it's dangerous, but risking a little bit of money to make a lot of money is not called risk in my opinion, it's called a strategy. Okay guys, there we go. So now you can see that this entire thing is covered with my plan that I had earlier. Okay guys, so now you can see that here was my plan from earlier. As you saw, I could log my trading plan and see if it was correct. So guys, what I have noticed is that through a good trading plan, you make less mistakes, and also you learn how to make sure that you don't lose a lot of money. Without a trading plan, guys, I can guarantee you will lose money. Okay, it is gambling then. So we have a lot of tech companies and we have incredibly strong companies that make up this industry. And that's why I like to trade it, because the volatility and movement is absolutely amazing. So without further ado, let me show you how you set up your trade. Okay, you need to have a trading plan, guys. So I'm just going to remove everything. Okay, first of all, now we're going to start with a top-down analysis. Okay, top-down means that we are going to look from the highest time frame. I like to use the daily, because if I had to use the weekly or the monthly on the Nasdaq, you need to have a massive account, and I don't like trading with big accounts. I'm here to teach the small account traders to grow to a big account, and then you can trade even bigger lot sizes and seriously do some damage. Okay, but please remember, disclaimer, this is a strategy to enter the market. It is not guaranteeing you money. We are traders that utilize many different confluences to find whether or not a trade is possible. Okay, so this is just probability, and I want you guys to make sure that nobody that learns from me is trying to risk 100% of their account. We are trading in a very specific way with low risk, high reward. Okay, without further ado, let me get into this. So guys, every single time you come into a trade, you want to make sure that you highlight the top and the most highest level. Why do we do that? Because this is a rejection. As you can see, a rejection and an engulfing candle. So I already now want to trade this. I already have been told by the market that the possibility of this hitting this area and falling back down is very high. For instance, boom and boom. That's what I'm looking for. I want it to come back down to here. Is it gonna do that? We don't know. No one knows. Not any trader knows whether or not something like that is going to happen. But with good observation and a good trading plan, you could probably get into a trade like that where it moves down and make some profit. If you do, however, catch that kind of movement, you are in for some serious money, guys. Okay, so there we go. First thing I want you to do is look for support and resistance. So I've chosen these areas because we have a very high rejection level here, and this is the top of the chart. Okay, it has rejected and engulfed and broken the bottom of this chart and this price level. So once we are ready to go to the next level, we'll go into the 4 hour. But I can still see there is something here that I would like to make sure I notice. And if we go to the side here, you can see where there was a rejection here and it's not close enough. But you can see that it is still an area that was rejected once before. Okay, we're always looking for these areas, guys. So I am going to make sure that all of these areas that are of high confluence, we can watch. So we have a resistance over here, like I showed you at the top. Sorry, I just deleted that by accident. Still learning how to use TradingView, guys. So even if you don't know how to do it, it's fine. And we are looking for a retracement from this impulse move to sell again. Yes, it is very high, so we want to look for a sell, not a buy. but you can still find ways to buy it, guys. This is why you need a plan. So we're going to now make sure that we have seen we've got a rejection from here, which is not a bad idea to put in as well. Okay, and now you can see that these areas could be the next sell. So I want you to now make sure that you have support and resistance. I'm going to change the colors for you so you can actually understand what I'm talking about. So we have here, I'm going to make this, let's make it blue. Blue will be support. So we have support there, we have support there, and I would say, yeah, we have another support here. Okay, so guys, support, support, and support. This would be a resistance. Okay, why? Because it's resisting price, supporting price, and that is how you trade in every market. Once you have at least those, then all I want you to do is to use a trend line. All of the stuff at the top, guys, is on the left hand side here. I've just made sure that it's easy to access for this purpose, so I can teach you a little bit faster. Now I'm going to draw a trend line from here to about there. You need to have a minimum of 2 touches. Okay, with 2 touches you have a trend line. So it's very possible for the next trend line to come touch anywhere on here and then move back up on the big time frame. But we are not looking for a buy yet. We are looking for a sell. So we go down into the next time frame and we repeat the same thing, guys. We repeat the same thing. So now I know for a fact that we are looking for a sell only if there is a rejection from these areas. Okay, I see the NAS might find support over here. This was a support. Okay, why? Because we have a resistance. Resistance turns into support. Now, if this comes up to here, guys, and gets rejected again, here, gets rejected again, then it will move down to the next support. Then what has to happen is it will make a lower high and a lower low, and then a lower high and a lower low, and then we are in for the big movements. Okay, every single trend must have its confluences and reasons for being in a trend. Now let me just explain that slightly for you guys. I'm going to go to the top here. I do not know why that's happening. Normally it's very easy to just go to the top. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So guys, what you got to do is you're looking for this type of movement. Right now we're in for a sell. So I'm looking for, if a trend had to come in, you can see that this is what happens. Okay, so we have a low, high, and a higher high. Okay, that looks terrible. Let me do that again. Let me go back, and I will actually just put in easier places. So we have our lower high here, okay, and then a higher high, and then a lower high, and then a higher high. So from here, guys, we are understanding that we have a impulse, a high, a low, starting off, and then it impulses again to a higher high and a lower high. That is how you already can make sure that you know that this is in a upward trend, or they would refer to it as a bull, a bullish trend. You get the bulls, which are pushing the market up, and you get the bears, which are pushing the market down. Okay, so now what we're looking for is lower lows and lower highs. So we have a lower low here now in comparison to this area here, and then we would have a movement, then we'll have a movement from there down to here and back up again and back down. So there we go. We have a high here, then we have a low, then we have a lower high, and then we have a lower low. Lower high, lower low. This is the bears. This is the bulls. So when you are in the markets and someone says to you, we are in a bullish trend on NASDAQ, you already know in your head, you need to go and find out where would be the next best position. Okay, I'm going to quickly eliminate all of this so we can get back to the real market. And that's why I want you guys to make sure that you go from a top-down analysis so you can find it out. So when we in these markets, you can see here from down here to about there, 1, 2, 3, boom. So we can see that I had a higher high, then a lower high, then a lower high, and then this became more support. Then it moved back up. Okay, so we are looking for a movement that tells us that this is coming down. Otherwise, it's still in a bearish movement. In other words, we are trying to find a small sell for the big buy. Hope you guys understand that. But let's get more into the actual plotting of the graph. Now that you guys know about the trend and what type of market we are in, if you go further into time frames, which are up here, then you will find a better position. So once we have figured out the trend, we need to now plot it and see where is this going to go. So my prediction is that this will come slightly up here. It probably will use here as support to go back up to the resistance. Once that has happened, we are looking for a better reason to enter. If this happens, they normally call it a perfect triangle. Okay guys, and this is another pattern you can look for, which will be a double top, which normally does move back down. Okay, and if that does happen, we need to go into this area here when it gets there to enter our trade. So now what I will do is I will make sure that I go into the 1 hour now, and you'll see every time you go further down into a time frame, it will give you more information about what is happening. That, guys, is the most important thing to understand, is that every time you go into a different time frame, it's just giving you more information about the market so that you can plot a better entry. Okay guys, there we go. We are now in the 1 hour. So every time we go lower into a different time frame, we get more information about the trade. Okay, so you can use the right hand side here to spread it out, and you can use your scroll to move from left to right to get into this graph that we can see here. So let me quickly just delete this and show you what I am looking for. Guys, the most important thing, please note this: if you do not plan this much in depth, you will never ever be able to trade correctly. Okay, it is vital, so vital that you look at the charts from every angle. So what I'm seeing now is that the possibility of this actually going up again is actually quite high. Why? Because we have a trend line break here on the hourly, looking for a retest. Okay, now I'm going to just remove this support because I would rather see more. The clearer your graph is, the better your entry. So on the hourly, I'm very happy with what I see. If we have a movement straight down to here and we see rejection from here on the supports and a movement up and another touch, then it's going up. If we don't and we see a pull up to here and rejection from here, then we're looking for a movement down, back up, for a movement back to the support. That is all we need to look for. Okay guys, now how do we get even better at making sure that our entry is good? We take our trend line from the last area. See here, we have an impulse structure. Then we're moving this to here. Okay. So as you guys can see, the more I start to draw, the more the lines and everything is telling me where the possibilities are. So right down here, guys, right on the money, right on the support, right on the trend line, right on the massive area that has a lot of evidence that this moves up from here. See here, we had a wick in this area, and this one went slightly higher than this part of the trend. So remember, the bullish trend we're looking for is high, lower high, higher high. Now if we just move down here, and you don't worry about all of these things, the main thing is that this is telling us that we're still in a bearish movement. Okay, so I'm going to move back, delete all this, and we are going to try and find the next area. How do I do that? There's something called the Fibonacci retracements. Now, if this stays here, guys, only if by any chance the graph moves up to here, then it's a null and void. You can't use that as your next entry level. So what I would do is always wait for the market to tell me what is happening. And I'll only enter once this touches on that line in the golden area and shows me a pattern. There are multiple patterns that you can learn from, and some people use certain tools as well. What I like to do is just use my technical analysis with a little bit of fundamentals. Okay, let's keep it going. Now once I know all of this, guys, once I know that these are the areas in which I want to enter, sorry, let me go back to the Fibonacci, take that slightly higher, all the way to the wick, from the bottom to the highest points. Now guys, what we can see is that is a very nice impulse. Every impulse must retrace. So we're looking for a impulse retracement, which would look like this, back down to here, onto support, then we want a movement up, and then some more structure. Now guys, if I literally just look to the side here, you can actually see that there is a lot of support, and it hits the Fibonacci. So we have a few reasons to enter this. They are all called confluences. Okay, so from a confluence you can learn all that you need to enter a trade. Now my confluences are, I'll show you now. We have first trend line break, okay, support structure, trend line, Fibonacci golden zone. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 reasons. You need a minimum of 3 to enter a trade. Once you have that, you can feel confident that you should enter the trade. It does not mean it will go the direction you want it to. Sometimes it doesn't. But I can promise you now, if you practice this, 70% of your trades will go correct. Okay. So what we need to do is make sure that we have done that all before we trade. So let me just make sure this is a little bit more cleaner. Now once we've got that Fibonacci, guys, in a good position, we now are going to go into an even lower area, the 15. Okay guys, so now that we're in the 15, you can start to depict what is actually going to happen. So we have a consolidation over here. This is a minor resistance, as you can see. Let me put this in different colors so you can see this. There we go. Can you see how the left happens again? This is called a consolidation, guys, is where the price goes sideways and it doesn't go down or up. If this, however, breaks this support at the bottom here, small one, like this, then we can look for a retracement, a rejection, and fall down to my area in which I would buy. So this would be a small scalp for the big buy, because the buy is over here and we're looking to go even to the new highs. The reason being is this is the Nasdaq, and the Nasdaq just loves to make new highs. Don't get me wrong, when it sells, it is seriously powerful. Do not fool yourself with that. So just check out what is happening from the left and then duplicate it on the right. So if we had to go now even further into the 5 minutes, you can actually go and suss this out. So guys, remember what I said earlier. Let me move a few of these things out of the way so you can see. Yeah, look here. So in a very, very small area, the Nasdaq is slowly making a little sell. Can you see? High, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So we want that to break and come back for a retest and then sell it. Okay, so what I would do right now, guys, is that number there, that 13944, I would write in my book. Let me get my book out for trading. Write that down because this is a very possible trade. As you can hear, I'm just going through my books here. Awesome. Alright there, this is a Thursday trade, and I want to write there is 13944. Is that correct? Let me double check. 13944. So I would just go here and tell myself, okay, cool, instead of me worrying too much about the charts, I'm just going to ask TradingView to set an alarm for me. Okay, so here we go, add an alarm. Let's see if this will happen. Come on. Oh wait, I think I had an alarm previously. Oh no, it's gone. It's perfect. Should be good. Okay guys, and what I do now is I type there sell opportunity. If I spelled that correctly. No, opportunity. Sell opportunity. You know what? Even though I can't spell it, it's gonna say sell NAS. Sell NAS. Okay, create. Now, all I do, guys, is I actually wait for that bell to ring on my cell phone, and then I'll come and look at the Nasdaq again. If it doesn't happen, by about 2 o'clock, I'll come back to my charts to double check that this is actually going in the direction that I want it to go. Because then my buy will be ready and I can enter the trade. Okay, and guys, this is a very, very basic plan. This is all you really need for anything. So now what I'll do is, you can see, I'll draw the Fibonacci back in. Boom. And then I will look for a entry where the most structure forms. And what that means is wherever there is a bounce or a rejection. So here, look at this. It comes up, gets resistance, comes up, gets resistance, and then it breaks through and finds support right on the money area. But guys, we really want this to touch the trend line first, move up into our area and confirm that it wants to go further up. So we are looking for a pattern that states it will. So we look for maybe 2 more touches on it, which would look something like this. Would have a rejection from here, a fall, another rejection from there being a support, coming back up, touching once and moving back up. Okay, that is how you trade the Nasdaq, and I hope this has helped you guys, because this is what I would love to teach you. If you guys would like any more information about this, please let me know. I'm going to put all the links, the comments, and everything that I have for you guys in the link below with the description. I will put TradingView there. I'll put my Instagram if you'd like to learn how to trade. And if you don't have a broker that you can trade with, I'll also put my favorite local South African broker, which has been incredible with me They have helped me out so much, changed my life, and also given me other opportunities in which I could earn. So if you guys are interested in changing your life with trading, then please hit me up. I will help you with everything that I can, and let's go make some money online. Because guys, it is so worthwhile learning how to trade. It will change your perspective on life forever. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day.